Hi, I'm Alex Fossand, and today I'm going to be tackling the issues in education about excessive absenteeism. So what is excessive absenteeism? The issue is that chronic absenteeism is defined as missing 15 or more days throughout the school year. Excessive absences can negatively impact academic performance and increase the chances of dropping out of school. By tackling these issues and helping students be present, students can have a better chance of staying at grade level, graduating high school, and attending college. 1 in 7 students were considered chronically absent in the 2015 to 2016 school year. If we were able to support this issue, we hopefully can lower those numbers. Who is this important to? The audience has a primary and secondary category. First is the parents and the teachers. The parents need to be aware of the issues regarding excessive absenteeism and how their roles as guardians can make a difference in their child's attendance. Teachers, being the people who have the most contact and rapport with students and their families, can build that role in the importance of consistent attendance. Secondary is the principal and administration. School administration would be beneficial in making changes at the school level and finding solutions that could be most useful for their population of students. For the policymakers, they have the authority to pass state and national laws, so the policymakers could be at the forefront of making a change to attendance policies throughout states. To combat this issue, we're going to be using a tiered approach similar to the response to intervention. This can set students, teachers, and parents up for a successful school year being present. Some of the key takeaways of fighting chronic absenteeism include family relationship building and involvement, data collection, mentor programs, after-school programs, transportation, positive supports at school. For Tier 1, this is a universal tier that all students should access and utilize as steps to a successful school year. This includes to clarify attendance expectations. Teachers should be clear and concise for what is expected. They can send out calendars and school attendance policies at the beginning of the school year to make sure that everyone is on the same page. Building a positive relationship with students and families, including communication logs on a regular basis with the families, as well as building a good rapport with the students starting off at the beginning of the school year, as well as collecting the data. Using accurate data and recordings of students' attendance can help guide teachers to earlier interventions of excessive absenteeism. So for Tier 1, this is something that all students will be using and will hopefully allow a majority of the students to keep on a good attendance track. Going into Tier 2, this is when there's emerging absenteeism, so roughly 25 to 35% of the students may reach this point. When the data starts to show that a student is continually absent, this is when you would initiate this intervention. Some tools for this is you could use a reward system to keep students motivated on track. This could be some sort of PBIS system where if the student comes in for an X amount of days on that final day, they earn a reward. You could also make calls home. This is as simple as just letting the family know that you're concerned about their child's attendance, and this could spark enough reason for parents to regularly have their child going to school. You could take it the next step and do some home visits, just continuing to show families that you're concerned and help break down any potential barriers to their children attending school regularly. Lastly, another great tool for this Tier 2 intervention would be mentorship programs. Having a person to hold the student accountable while building a healthy relationship can have an impact on students' willingness to come to school. If the student knows that someone at school is holding them accountable to be there, then they may be more willing to make sure that they get on the bus or make sure that their parents bring them to school. Next, we have Tier 3. This is for our severe absenteeism students Hopefully none of our students ever have to reach this point, but if we do, we have a plan. If your students fail to be helped at Tier 1 or Tier 2, and attendance is still an issue, this is the most restrictive intervention that is to be used. Some school programs could be used, so either before or after school. A big issue for kids not coming to school could be that transportation is an issue, that the parents have to work late, so they wouldn't be able to pick their student up. So before school and after school programs can eliminate those types of barriers. Referring the school to the school counselor or social worker. If this is an ongoing issue, you could bring in one of those two people and realize that the issue could be bigger than just the kid missing the bus, and involving the counselor or social worker could eliminate any of those larger issues that may be restricting a child from attending school regularly. And then lastly, you could take legal actions. If truancy has become an issue, legal actions must be taken into account. This is obviously a last and final step that you'd want to be taking, but it is there just in case the issue is this large. So obviously initiating change in a school is not always easy. So the principles of change, just to help families and parents really tackle this issue, using the concerns-based adoption model, the administration team at the school can guide teachers and staff members to successfully implement the three-tiered approach of combating absenteeism. So that includes the innovative configurations, the stages of concerns, and the levels of use. By using these three different stages in the concerns-based adoption model, together the school as a whole can make sure that they are really implementing this tiered system to make sure that students are present. So using the CBAM approach, staff will be well-rounded and educated in the absenteeism model. This allows for better initiation and appropriate use of the three-tiered absenteeism model. The three-tiered absenteeism model will become second nature to all staff members, allowing for the best outcomes possible in combating chronic absenteeism. While using this, we hope that this eliminates the rate of absenteeism within students, and that the students are able to not only have better attendance records, but be able to stay on track with grade level for academically and be able to graduate on time, as well as hopefully go to a secondary education like a university or a trade school, so that they can have a successful future. So that is my plan on helping students and schools combat chronic absenteeism. Thank you.